Hey guys, welcome back to Ocarina of Time. This is part 26. This is the part where we're going to do the Big Poe side quest. Growing up playing this game, this was always my least favorite side quest in the game, and I think this video will perfectly uh, it'll speak for itself and perfectly encapsulate why this side quest was so annoying. I literally didn't remember where any of these damn things were, except for this one. This was the one that I started with because I knew right off the bat where this one was, because this one was always my least favorite and it was just in the most BS location. So for anyone that hasn't played Ocarina of Time, which I'm hoping is the minority of this audience, but I'm sure that I've talked to a lot of my friends and they actually haven't played Ocarina of Time, but they want to, so it is a pretty famous game and there are a lot of people saying, oh, you have to play this game, so I know that must get old for them, but I do love this game, because I grew up with it, so that's my excuse. Basically there are 10 big Poes. They spawn at random locations throughout Hyrule Field. You have to sort of run through the location and then trigger them, and then they will sort of move away from you, and sometimes at an angle. It's a little bit random what direction they start moving, but they will start moving and eventually hit a wall or something and then laugh and disappear. So you have to hit them twice, and then their spirit will be a little flamey thing with the smiley face in it, and yeah, I don't know. And then you'll catch it in a bottle, and that's the whole kind of main thing of that. So you're meant to do this while riding Epona, just because these things, it's designed so that you're supposed to be, able to move and shoot the bow and arrow at the same time, and that's sort of what this side quest is designed to highlight. However, it's just really hard because they'll often just spawn in awkward locations or move at an extremely awkward angle, and it's already awkward to aim the bow and arrow to begin with because it's just so sensitive. The N64 control stick is so sensitive. Also, this one disappeared before I got to it, and I was like, are you kidding me? I just cut it off because it was even funnier when I just said, are you? And then cut it off. So, yeah. I have moved, so I'm recording this from the studio in my new apartment. One reason is that's kind of my little studio anyway, and it's kind of like my gaming room, which isn't great because it's it doesn't have AC, but it's fine. It's also the only room in the house with a carpet, and I like the acoustics of recording my voice in a room with carpet anyway, because it sucks up some of the echo, and I don't like having too much echo. But there's still kind of a weird resonance in this room that I don't exactly love. But it's okay. I'm sure I'm the only one with ears picky enough to be there's a weird resonance in this room that shows up on the record. People probably won't really care about that. Anyway, so we go to this dude. This dude has kind of replaced the guard from Castletown, and he's this creepy dude with no head. And he's like, oh, we're really handsome. We could be in a different business if we wanted to. And, he's really, creepy about it, when he says that. But I also like how he has this little rod, and he has the 4 Poe souls in the cage above him. And, he kind of, whips them. He reins them back in, the little animation that he does. He's not doing it right now, but, when we stopped talking to him, he went, he whipped his little thing. And I also like all the discarded wine bottles at the side of the bed. Like, he's definitely drinking a lot. He's a weird character running a shady business, and he's, like, always drunk on the happy juice, if you know what I mean. I got a little drunk last night because it was a hot day and I wanted some Mike's Hard Lemonade. And then I just had another one and had another one and then had like another 2 this morning and whatever. Nobody needs to hear about that. Anyway, I don't really love drinking alcohol because, like, I don't know, I have this stupid thing about like, oh, I'd rather be on uppers than downers. So what that means for me is that, like, I'd rather drink caffeine than alcohol because I'd rather my mood be lifted than depressed. But that's just my own, like, stupid thing. But I will drink a little bit, like, once a month or, like, once every couple months. Just like, oh man, I'm really craving, like, that thing because it tastes good. Or, like, I'll, like, just be like, well, there's Fireball whiskey in the cabinet, and might as well, like, have a little nightcap, you know? That one was super easy. Wow, that was just a perfect... That's the ideal when that happens. Anyway, this was really fun recording this. Especially because it was my first time recording Ocarina after moving into my new apartment. It's been really just surreal, like...
BS.
I said BS. I like how you can hear my commentary because I recorded from...
BS.
Okay, shut up. Let me do the talking. This isn't a co-commentary episode.
BS.
Okay, you said BS 3 times. It's not funny anymore. I should do some co-commentary episodes. I should get, like, my friend Marshall, and we should do some co-commentary. So he lives in Scarsdale, but is in the city all the time. I live in the Bronx, which is technically part of the city, but, like, doesn't feel like the city. And I'm in a part of the Bronx that's especially remote. So it's kind of fun. It's almost like living in a suburb for the first time in my life. Because, like, Baltimore, I was pretty much in the city. And, like, I've grown up in New York City all my life, and I've pretty much been in the city. So, anyway. I know people, like, it's not like... I don't know. People don't really give a shit, like, if I grew up in New York City or not, and it just kind of makes me sound like I'm trying to... I sound privileged, basically. And there's also a lot of like, unlikable people from New York City. Like, I don't know, Donald Trump, or, like, these different people are just like, oh, well, you're from New York City, oh, good for you, you know, born with a silver spoon in your mouth. But there's also plenty of, like, unlikable people from Appalachia and Kentucky and Ohio and West Virginia, and there's unlikable people from California, and there's really unlikable people and likable people from everywhere. So I don't know what that tangent was all about. I really just... I didn't say anything. All generalizations are bad. It's like the world is non-binary. My friend had a really good joke about, like, how the world is non-binary, and I can't remember. Where'd you learn that word? I learned it in school. Chaz is part of a government program. A government re-education program on non-bonery studies. Anyway, I'm quoting that ironically. I'm quoting it ironically, as I'm probably sure you figured out. But it has been funny to just see a resurgence of just like YouTube poops and just like good YouTube commentary making fun of like all the nonsense, like the political nonsense. For like my 200 subscribers, I'm still frustrated that this is such a small channel, but like, you know, I can't compete with Mr. Beast, you know. If I want a big channel on YouTube these days, I have to break the Geneva Convention because fucking Mr. Beast, the whole Mr. Beast thing, I don't even care. You see, he's not a Christian channel. Does he like the number of man? I bet somewhere he's got a 666 tattoo. Okay, go look up that song. The Please Forget Mr. Beast song. It's very funny. It's like a bad, like, a Christian children's channel, like, song about how Mr. Beast is evil. Of course, it's all totally ironic. Like, the same people made a song about, like, a song for kids about how you should reach for a cop's gun, and it's pretty great. I think the YouTube channel is called Cold Ones, but it's not a YouTube channel that I've ever watched. So if you know the channel Cold Ones, I currently, I don't know what I watch. I watch, no, I won't say it. I watch furry, I watched, bumblebees doing oral, no, never mind. I don't know what, it's not even funny anymore, just like, get the ghost. Ghost energy, yay, ghost energy, I love ghost energy. They have a Swedish fish flavor. They have a Swedish fish flavor. They have, certain energy drinks have done, like, C4 did a Starburst and a Skittles flavor, and Ghost Energy did Sour Patch, Warheads, and Swedish Fish. So, they have 3 whole, candy company collaborations, which is pretty cool. I did eventually end up trying a few more flavors of Gorilla Mind, but I don't think I'm gonna tell that whole story in this video. They were good. Like, long story short, they were good, but it's not my favorite for a few reasons. But I'm willing to give it another shot down the road. Because it is a pretty cool brand, it is a pretty cool company. But, like, I like my C4, you know, I like my Celsius, and I've tried... Bang is a little bit eh. And what is it? G Fuel is a bit too much caffeine. Because it's one of the 300 milligram caffeine content rather than 200, which is kind of the standard. So I don't know, G Fuel is a bit too much caffeine. However, if you're like up at 7 a.m. and going on a road trip, like, you know, it's great for that. So I think, you know, caffeine is kind of a necessary evil, you know, and you have to be aware of, like, whatever. I don't know. Sometimes I'll just, like, you know, finish off an energy drink at, like after dinner, just sort of, like, as a, you know, oh, well, you know, if I'm still awake, then that's a good thing. Then I can finish, you know, do a few Helium Lemon videos, or, like, finish reading this book that I'm in the middle of, or blah blah blah, or, you know, have more, like, energy to write in my journal that night, or whatever. I don't know, just something stupid, like, using caffeine as an excuse to be more productive, which sometimes does work for me. I was saying, yeah, I've tried Alani Nu, like, once or twice, and it's kind of growing on me. It feels like it's the new Red Bull for me, or the new Celsius, which are, could it be more different, because Red Bull is very, like, sugary, and Celsius is very healthy. And I can't remember whether Alani Nu is one of the ones with sugar or one of the ones without. Here, let me look it up right now. Alani Nu is... I guess it's sugar-free, yeah. Interesting. Wait a minute. Wow, you have earned 1,000 points, finally. Yeah. Alright, so, next video, we're going to be doing, Impoppable on Bloons TD6. No, I'm kidding. That's what I was just doing, though. It'd be fun to make a Bloons TD6 video, though I don't think I'm going to. However, next time on Ocarina of Time, all that for a bottle, right? Well, bottles are pretty useful, because you can put all kinds of... You can put fairies in them, and potions. Next time, we'll be doing the Water Temple. We will be starting the Water Temple, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And I already have the first 3/4 of the Water Temple recorded, so stick around, and I'll see you then. Have a great evening.